Hello, you're welcome to my channel today. My name is Carlo. If this is your first time of joining us, you're highly welcome and it's nice to meet you. Today I'm going to talk about how to contact your potential employer. This is very important because I know that many people might be in the space that they are scared or not sure really how to get in touch with their potential employer for the job they're interested in, or for the training, or for any project they're interested in. I was motivated to do this video because one of my mentees reached out to me to say, Dr. Carlo, how do I contact my potential employer because I have an interview without really appearing intrusive? So I felt that if someone can ask this question, it means that other people might be in the same space. Therefore, I decided to make this video so that anyone who is in the same space would benefit from that. So if that's you or you know anyone who is in that space, I think you can listen or share this video with them. Okay, so is it important? That's the first question, to contact your potential employer. My personal opinion is that yes, it is important to contact your potential employer. Why is it important? Um, well, coming from a background where most jobs are just advertised and you don't even have opportunity to see who has advertised that or know who is recruiting, who is not recruiting, it might sound a bit strange or it might even sound intrusive, like one of my mentees really asked, how do I get in touch without getting into someone's privacy? But I've also seen that it's a skill that other people all over the world can use, particularly here in the UK. I have noticed that many job adverts would have the name of the contact person there and either their phone number or email address. So if you look at the job adverts, after the job description and everything, they would say for further inquiries, contact so person or contact so number. So I usually would encourage anybody who is applying for it, be your job in public health or anywhere else. It doesn't have to be public health or clinical job. Whatever job it is, I usually will encourage candidates to sort of apply, contact those numbers. Why is it important to contact those numbers? I found out that if you make those contacts, one is that you get to hear about the job role itself. You get to ask questions about the environment, the people who are working in the place, the project itself. If it's a particular project you want to work on, you get to hear about those things that are not written on the advert. So you get to also know if there are specific things, specific conditions that are attached to the job. You might even ask questions that you cannot ask maybe if you haven't had opportunity to make contact with the recruiters. So that's why it's important. Is this job if a good fit for me? That's one of the things. Do I really need this job, or is this job going to tie me down? In as much as the recruiters are looking for the best fit for their job, who will do the job for them, you as the employee, you're also looking for the best environment to work because it's not slavery. You're not going into punishment. You need to be satisfied that the job is fit for yourself and also fit for your career progression. You're working with a lively team, supportive team. Because at the end of the day, whether you believe it or not, the job you're going to be spending at least 8 hours, depending on if it's a full-time role. You might be spending 9 to 5 every day or Monday to Friday in this role. So it's not something that you need to take lightly. I know that sometimes because people are desperate for work, they don't really look at all those things. But I think that's important for you, even for your mental health. It's very important that you do those informal conversation with your potential recruiter or your potential employer. So I have decided to just exemplify what I've talked about by searching through my previous emails for the previous jobs I've applied, and just to give you an example of how to contact your employer. So most times, usually, will be through email for recruiters that are very active in their email. You can call to actually talk to them, or sometimes it might even be where when it used to before the pandemic, or where it is possible, you can schedule a visit to go to the place of work and see things for yourself. Because sometimes when you go to the place of work, you observe things, and you'll be shocked what you might see, or you might be impressed that okay, this is the right place to be, because I've seen how people work, how they are very supportive uh, to each other. So I'm just going to read out some of the previous emails I've sent across trying to inquire of a job. One thing that, before I delve into that, one thing that I found very common in all the email threads is that the job recruiters, the employers, or anybody who is posting the the job advert, they are always willing to respond. You will see that. So for confidentiality's sake, I'm going to redact or not say the names of the the employers or anybody I've made that contact with, but you would hear a number of important things you can put in your email in case you want to code email anybody. So they call it code email, where you sort of email your employer or anyone that has not solicited for it. It's usually good to compose a very compelling email before sending out, so that you can get a very good response from the team. And also, before we go into that, I also think that some recruiters would actively encourage you to get in touch with them, because it's for them a good thing, and it's for you also is advantageous. So don't feel anxious, don't feel scared, and don't think that you're intruding into their privacy. No, it's not about that. So let's dive deep into those samples from my from my experience, and it might be helpful to you. If not, you can discard it. It's not helpful to you. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from the screen, and if I do, I might not be making eye contact, so it doesn't mean I'm not looking at you. It's just that I'm looking at the screen. Okay. All right. So let's go to the email. Okay. Um, okay. Here you go. So the first one is the first job I applied in the UK. So I was still in Nigeria when I made this informal conversation, or when I made this wrote this email. So I said, "Dear Dr. X," so I've forgotten the name of the person. Good afternoon, and trust this mail finds you well. I write to inquire about my eligibility to apply for this position. And I said a little bit about myself. I'm a medical doctor with great interest in public health protection. After 3 years of providing clinical care as a medical officer at X hospital, I currently work as a program manager at X organization in their HIV project. In this role, I provide both clinical and programmatic support for over 64,000 people living with HIV and AIDS in a state of Nigeria to ensure that there is epidemic control of this communicable disease. This is achieved working with 52 hospitals and 5 community-based organizations. Additionally, I am the focal person for COVID-19 vaccination advocacy and acceptance in the organization for the state. I went ahead to say that I hold a master's degree in public health from the University of blah, 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 with concentration in health protection. I am also GMC registered, and I have license to practice. I am interested in this position and would like you to advise my stability to apply for this job opening. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm available for further discussion if you're happy with that. I signed off with my name. And the person came back to say, "Dear Dr. Carlo, thank you for your email. From the information you have provided so far, it reads like you would meet several of the essential criteria as outlined within the person specification for this post. Either Dr. X or I would be happy to discuss further. We can be contacted via so number. One of us will be available either tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday to chat with you. Or alternatively, please just email again to arrange something which will be suitable. Many thanks." So that was the response from this recruiter. And we further on decided to meet on Teams and discuss. And I think finally I was shortlisted for interview, and it was the same people that I chatted with that I met in the interview. So it made things easier to discuss. I didn't need to introduce myself so much because we've had conversation prior to that time. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the other job I applied for. So it's another job now. Okay, I think it's the ACF application, which I wrote to all the ACF posts that I applied for, and I'm just going to pick one of them to discuss or to say what I wrote in the code email. I said, "Dear Professor X, I hope this email finds you well. I am a specialty registrar in public health medicine lab at blah blah blah. I applied for the ACF post at X place. I'm wondering if you're happy to have an informal discussion about the post and ongoing projects. I look forward to hearing from you. Kind regards." Then the response was, "Dear Carlo, yes, very happy to have a chat. I am away for much of this week, but pretty free on next Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. If this is convenient for you, best wishes." So the person signed off. So the last one is the email I wrote for a project that I currently signed off. And it says, "I'm writing to request for an opportunity." That's it, "Dear X, I'm writing to request for an opportunity to discuss this clinical project. An ACF in public health within the department of dash 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 and a public health registrar in dash dash dash. I found that both projects interesting and seriously considering it as an option in this application round. I'll be so grateful if you can schedule a time for further discussion about the project. I look forward to hearing from you." And the response is, "Hello, Carlo. Thanks for writing and for your interest in this project. Very happy to meet and discuss. I have copied dash 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 school supervisors as it would be great to meet together. Please let me know your availability. I'm in the office next week and available most afternoon after 2 p.m. BST. Best wishes." So as you can see, these recruiters or supervisors are happy to chat if you write the right kind of email and send it. They don't see it as very intrusive. And usually you form that relationship even before interview or before whatever you're needing them to do with you. So I will encourage you to go ahead and have an informal conversation with your potential employers. If you do have any question about how to do this, please get in touch. I hope this video has been useful to you and you feel more confident to contact your potential recruiters. Thank you very much for listening to me, and do share your success stories with me. Bye for now.